Hi, I'm Shivali. Welcome to salvagespace.com, giving a new direction to asset management through valuation. Valuing capital assets give exact and opportune data to see better how to catch the continuing esteem and failing to meet expectations or idle assets. In the event that an association does not adequately rehearse asset valuation, it could be underspeaking to its genuine worth. Moreover, business pioneers may be perched on potential income streams that could be reinvested into the association. In this way, asset valuation enhances the business as well as expansions income, giving significantly required breathing room on asset reports. Associations need to comprehend the entire picture before starting the asset valuation process, as continuing to offer your assets without first comprehension their quality prompts missed chances to concentrate more esteem from excess. With the right accomplice and innovation that conveys access to ongoing information, associations can enhance their results. Here are some useful tips that will explain the difference between short-changed and augmented benefit. Arrangement. While business pioneers and supervisors can bounce into the asset valuation process without precise business information, this regularly makes perplexity and builds the danger of disappointment. Rather, associations need to distinguish an asset valuation accomplice furnished with the ability to precisely and reliably estimate its assets. Enabled with asset management programming, supervisors and staff individuals need to gather each subtle element that will add to the estimation of an item. They ought to think about if as an asset is being used, how regularly that happens, who utilizes it, its age, its outside appearance, its capacity to finish its errand and its maker. Also, shooting an asset can serve as a valuable instrument for any future chiefs or representatives for the association's asset management accomplice. Valuation. With the depictions of every asset existing in asset management programming, the following setup is to create an itemized report for each thing in the association's ownership. This varies from the preparatory stage because asset management accomplices will help with assembling precise qualities utilizing industry and business sector experiences. To begin with, business pioneers and chiefs need to figure the aggregate expense of proprietorship for every asset. Measurements ought to incorporate how regularly the asset is utilized, what it creates, and if there are any related expenses with upkeep, for example, protection. Moreover, the aggregate liability of responsibility for the item can be dictated by specifying the amount of income is spent on the space needed to store the thing. This is particularly imperative for surplus and unused assets in the event that they are put away in the office or storage room. It's essential to remember that past the expense of capacity, idle assets point to missed open doors for space for a more usable asset for the business. With fluctuating economies around the world, the estimation of an asset depends on current money-related environment in which it exists, consolidated with business information that subtle elements are things worth in a particular industry. Worldwide asset management accomplishers have the corporate sector knowledge and the experience, ability, and association with decipher that information and guarantee that assets are esteemed precisely. Utilizing information. Subsequent to making assessment reports, utilize the data to answer the inquiry. Should the surplus gear be redeployed or sold? For redeployment, associations ought to consider the expenses of capacity and the expense to transport the asset contrasted with the cost of obtaining a comparable new thing. In the event that delivering exceeds the asset deal esteem, a number that ought to be created by a valuation report, then it's ideal to offer the asset in the optional market through a set-up merchant with trusted online commercial centers and a worldwide base of purchasers. Ideally, the organization is additionally utilizing web-based asset management programming to figure out which offices need the surplus hardware. In the event that the asset is worth all the more through a deal, business pioneers ought to depend on global switch production network sellers and their commercial center aptitude. The worldwide arrangement suppliers will focus the best geological area and industry to market the things to convey greatest worth for every surplus capital asset. Asset valuation is more than great business practice. It empowers business pioneers to move idle and unused hardware from a weight into a fluid open door. For more educational videos, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be happy to see you as a registered user at www.salvagespace.com. Thank you for watching this video. I'll meet you again in the next video.